It's Week 8 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Steelers' reigning league MVP. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Steelers and the Hawks coming up next.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Glad to be enjoying another week of football. And Charles, this is a contest that should make a former defender like yourself very happy, that's for sure, because we got a pair of top 5 defenses in the NFL squaring off, and opportunities to score, well, they figure to be extremely limited.
And partner, you know my smile is wide because this is a lot of fun for a guy like me to watch, as you noted. And if there's something else that we both know that these teams take pride in, it's how well their defense have done at controlling games and putting them in a position to win. Something else they're proud of, though, how high they rank in the league. And they're trying to use this game to move up in those rankings and become the top defense in the league.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be commanded by their 6'3" quarterback from Central Michigan, Cooper Rush.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. He only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Throwing right away is Rush. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now Rush. And that is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 33 and a first. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Pat Freiermuth. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Rush to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the ball. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
2nd and goal from the 1. Back to throw. Story. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That'll be Houston. Wow. 35-21 for that one.
And it's now 14-0. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Rush. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone.
We're going to beat New York 45-22.
They can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. Fielding just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside.
This team beats Cleveland 31-24.
Now set to take over on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And the Steelers now...
Buffalo beat Tampa Bay 21-17.
Throwing here, Rush. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra
San
to it.
Francisco beat Dallas 34-10.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. Third down incompletion, fourth down incoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to first down.
Kansas City beat New England 31-24.
On second down, it's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw is Rush. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Baltimore scored on the Rams 7-0.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, is it.
Green Bay beat Detroit 34-19.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from the 20 as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
New Orleans beat Carolina 31-21.
There's no limits on what this league could become.
No problem there on the extra point. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2.
Time to continue this game.
kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Cooper Rush in the offense back onto the field. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. Trying to shake off the interception. Who looked to throw. And the Steelers pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rush. Under pressure, they got him again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Throwing on 1st down. Story on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Good job there to force an incompletion.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters. But in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
Only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I
now,
said click a lot.
yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down short. So the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. But the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
Positive
On the
spin on it.
Metcalf.
At least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
That's pulled in at the 32. There he goes right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Officially, it'll be a 68-yard punt return score. And the Steelers have got it on cruise control. Now the try here for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Fielded just outside the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he calls up the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Steelers extend their lead yet again. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that tells you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Back to throw rush. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
And taken right at the 35. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. 2 touchdowns in that ball game for Javonte Williams. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Malik Willis leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. They got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down. Because they're operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
On first down, Story. And he's in. Steelers. Their mobile quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers just continue to roll. Point after, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. One play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. That's right. Let's go, man. On 1st and 10, rush. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, rush. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Take it in at the 22. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Story. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Story. Now they go screen. It's complete. And some room to work. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers, they've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays the game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that?
There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Rush. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses.
Is going to be fierce again as they come up.
I know I'm recording this, but they should be back at their own 20, not the Eagles' 20. What the heck?
Handoff down to McCaffrey.
That's weird.
Bringing it again this week.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he fields it cleanly.
Where's your blocking at, bro?
Another drop. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Story. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Steelers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, you know he can be. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point safely through, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
61 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
They get set to go back to work. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL,
Will Disley got hurt.
isn't working. Usually
Oh, that's not good.
Isn't working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play.
On a DK Metcalf. This guy's got 25 yards for 3 INTs. Come on.
Already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down.
And the two defenders picked off for the 4th time.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game,
get away from me, bro.
Had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback. A dynamo since the break, 3 third-quarter touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. The extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
What happened to Disley? Dislocated elbow. Oof.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
That would be to be determined with a dislocated elbow. Ow.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down.
Did he just do a front flip? I was looking on an instant replay. Sorry, guys. He took a shot, and I think he did a front flip after the shot. Oh, kinda. He kinda did. Watt kind of dropped him funny.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters already. This passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly.
4 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air.
There's another sack.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And
so 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We're starting the fourth. Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rush. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
4th and 16.
Yardage on this one back to the 13. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45.
Ooh, shit.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. There's the stiff arm. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now they'll run it on the toss. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown.
Not what I wanted to do, but okay.
15 yards. And the The Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Seattle's got no answer for me right now.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Rush. Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. The offense on 3rd down, they've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This will be 3rd and forever. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Taking on the midfield logo. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he's got room. He jumped him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 187 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rush. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just about on his own goal line. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
He'll buy some time right. He's got his man in the crossing route. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the... Big play guy from the word go, and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing to start the drive. Rush. And that was going to be off target and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw 2nd and 10. Rush. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Rush. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, pump a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Steelers, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.